Hello and welcome to a new series of video. This time we will be checking a few exercises from Kubernetes from more or less the kind of CKA exam. These are not exactly the same questions that we're gonna see in the CKA exam, but are questions alike, meaning that we will find in the exam some kind of exercises like this one. We're gonna be checking in this new series a few different exercises, trying to improve our skills or trying to get ready for those who are going for the CKA exam. All these exercises you will be able to find out on killercode.com. And let's start with the first one. Application misconfigured 1. As we can see here in the title, there is a deployment in namespace application 1 which seems to have issues and is not getting ready. We have to solve this only editing the deployment itself, not other resources. Alright, so how can we start here? On my opinion, the first thing that we always should do in these cases is to set the context to the same namespace, so it will be easier later to operate on this. So let's do it. Namespace here, we paste and we say current. What are we doing here is basically is changing the configuration to set the new context on the application, well, the namespace of this application. And we also specify that it's the current one. Alright, now it's modified. Let's check what we have here. Get pods. Alright, so we have 3 pods from this deployment. It's not working. Let's check the deployment. Alright, so here we have the deployment with 0 out of 3. That is exactly the same that we are watching here on the pod section. So, next steps. I always try to do the logs, try to see the logs of any pod or the deployment to see if we can have some information there, because sometimes we can find something there that will tell us or will point at us directly to which the problem is. So, logs pod, for example, this one. Alright, error from server. This container in this pod is waiting to start. Create container config error. Alright, so there is directly an error on the configuration, looks like, that doesn't allow us to start. So what can we see? Something. Alright, so let's get the deployment. Sorry, let's do the scribe. Deployment, and this call is API, right? Yeah, API. Alright, and here we have all the information from the deployment that we can read to look for something. Let's take a moment to read it. Alright, we have here the application, there's the namespace, the name. Alright, for me everything here seems to be fair enough. Here we have the problem that we saw before. 0 available. This is the image. Sometimes we're gonna have some problems in the name, but I think this might be correct. I don't see anything wrong here. Alright, so this deployment doesn't tell me anything in particular, so let's start digging a little bit deeper. What else we can do? Okay, we see that here this is depending on an environment variable called category. This is basically a config map. So let's see the config map. Already have 2 config maps. The first one is config map category and the second one is QRoot CA CRT. Alright, so here we have already a problem. We can see that it's looking for the key category within the config map category, but there is no such a config map. We have this name, but not this one. So let's try to figure out this is what it's looking for. Okay. Config map. Sorry, let's do the scribe. Yeah, so the data they have a key called category. That is exactly what it's looking for. So we need to change the name from, because this the title say that we only can change the deployment itself. So we shouldn't change anything in the config map, but in the deployment. So let's do it. With edit we can deploy something, so we deploy sorry, we can edit something. So we edit the deployment called API. We look for the YAML description for the config map. Let's look for it. Oh, I don't see it. Oh yeah, here, sorry. Category, okay, this is the name of the variable. This is the key that it's looking for, and this is the config map itself. So this should be changed to the one that we just pasted. Oh, sorry, I didn't paste it well. Let's quit here. Okay, now yes. Oh, I opened the wrong console, right. And edit again. Okay, so now we come back to the config map ref key and we change the name. We save it and it's already edited, so it should be already solved. Yeah, we have 3 out of 3. This is working already. Yep, all the pods are running. So let's check it. Hey, validation successful. We have done it. If you like this test, please stay tuned and let's go for the next one.